Welcome to CinePro, where we bring your favorite movies back to life with quick recaps, hidden details, and everything you missed. In the American city of Baltimore, there is a horror festival that will be held there on the occasion of Halloween tomorrow. And there is a man named John coming out of the factory after he finished his work, feeling like someone was watching him. And indeed, there was a strange clown following him. But John didn't notice, his heart full of sadness and regret for the daughter he left with her mother a long time ago. When he reached the bridge, he was surprised to see his daughter Emma, whom he had abandoned when she was a child, standing before him. Then she disappeared. John had left his wife and daughter long ago because he didn't feel happy with them. He went on to marry and start a new family and had another daughter. He called Emma, tried to apologize, and asked her to forgive him, but she refused and hung up on him. Because of the sadness he felt inside, the clown who had been following him appeared. John thought it was just a young man in a costume, but the clown mocked John's sadness. Suddenly, a noose appeared around John's neck, and every time the clown tightened his suit, the rope tightened around John's neck. The clown hanged him and threw him into the sea. It seems the peaceful village of Baltimore is about to witness the appearance of a crazy killer clown who will hunt people on Halloween. The next morning, his daughter Jocelyn held his funeral, and they considered John's death a suicide. Emma was the last person he spoke to before he died. Emma came to the funeral, but unfortunately, she showed no emotion, unlike her half-sister, who was from another mother. Jocelyn's friends comforted her and grieved more than Emma did. Emma called her mother and told her the funeral was over. She met her half-sister Jocelyn for the first time, who invited her to a restaurant to talk, but Emma was hesitant. Her mother told her, "Just stay a couple of days in the village, and if you want to talk to her, it's up to you." Emma saw the clown dancing at her father's grave, and suddenly he disappeared, which surprised her. The clown sensed the sadness in both Jocelyn and Emma and planned to hunt them that night. An old man and his son were at the cemetery and were surprised by the clown's scary costume. The old man asked him to leave since the funeral was over, threatening to call the police if he didn't. The clown was annoyed by their rude behavior. They had just made the biggest mistake of their lives. Suddenly, the clown kept appearing and disappearing, moving very quickly around them. The son tried to call the police, but his father fell and died after hitting his head on a tombstone. The clown had tied his shoelaces. The clown would make the son join his father. He pulled the apple the son was eating out of his mouth, and the son choked to death. Night fell. Halloween began. Emma forced herself to go meet Jocelyn at the restaurant. Unlike Jocelyn, Emma was gloomy, sad, and emotionally cold, believing Jocelyn was the reason she was deprived of her father. But kind-hearted Jocelyn tried to get along with Emma and wanted them to live together as one family. Jocelyn succeeded in getting Emma to open up, and Emma told her about her work adventures and travels. Jocelyn felt that Emma was kind inside, and Emma smiled at her. When Jocelyn gave her an envelope containing a photo of Emma as a child with her father John, a photo John had before the clown killed him, Jocelyn wanted to show Emma that her father always remembered and loved her, and never forgot her. But Emma got upset, left the photo with Jocelyn, and walked away, saying she would never be her sister. Jocelyn accepted the reality, and as she prepared to leave, she met an old man who had been John's friend at the factory for 15 years. He told her, "Your father was never a good man. There were many demons around him, and I suspect he was murdered, not a suicide." This upset her, and Frank, the casino owner, ordered the old man Larry to be quiet and not bother Jocelyn since her father had just died. Even though Emma hated her father, she was still sad about him. As she walked, she saw the clown who killed her father in front of her. She thought he was just a crazy guy in a Halloween costume. Every time she tried to leave and ignore him, he kept appearing again. She felt terrified and ran quickly into a store to hide from the clown. He waited outside but got bored and left. He would see her and Jocelyn again soon. Jack, the store worker, was surprised by Emma. He hadn't seen the clown and tried to get to know her, but she rejected him. She refused to form relationships with people and left. The clown went on his way, thinking about whom to harm or play with next. He saw Bryce taking more candy than his friend Ben. Ben saw the clown and approached him. The clown was friendly, gave him some candy, and even took some of Bryce's candy and gave, but the clown suddenly put his whole hand in the bag of candies and terrified him, and they ran. Jocelyn was quickly fooling around, and the rest of the children were at Jocelyn's house taking candies from her. Jocelyn was alone in her house, sad. She was used to her father spending Halloween with her and felt movement around her and saw her father's shadow in the place. But this shadow or ghost wasn't real. She felt that she was hallucinating, and Emma bought a bottle of drink that would cause her hallucinations. Jack didn't know how to talk to her. Jocelyn's friends reached her at home and talked to her about the terrifying festival that would happen in the village. They were afraid that she would refuse to go because her father was still dead, and as long as she wasn't going to go, they wouldn't go either. At least Jocelyn had friends who cared about her, but they would never be like her father, John, the only one who cared about her after her mother died when she was young. Emma was alone and miserable in the street, drinking her drink, and found the clown waiting for her too. But this time she remembered him when he danced at her father's grave and greeted her. On her strong memory, he wanted her to choose a card from these cards. She actually chose a card, and when all the cards were gone, she chose the same card again. This was just a very normal trick to make him stay away from her, and that's it. When Jocelyn talked to her friends about her feeling of her father's ghost around her, they didn't believe her, especially Lim. When a person dies, he ends forever, and this talk upset Jocelyn. She went to her father's office and looked at her picture with him, but suddenly she found it disappeared, and her father behind her on the chair. When she looked at him, he disappeared, and she felt scared and that she was hallucinating. When she continued on her way, she found the clown in her house too. She accidentally bumped into him, and the drink bottle fell and broke. The clown took a sharp piece of glass. Her mother thought that he was a butcher and would kill her, but she told him that he could do it. She didn't care, and she was fed up with her life. The strange thing is that the clown cut his own head and killed himself, and he fell dead, but he was safe again, alive. Emma couldn't believe her eyes and had to escape from him quickly. To relieve herself, Jocelyn decided to go to the scary festival with her friends. The strange thing is that Jocelyn wasn't comfortable either. She saw a young man with the same noose her father died from. She got more worried when she heard voices around her, and her 3 friends were going to enter the scary house in the forest with her. But when she entered it, she found all her friends disappeared, except for her friend Maddie. She found her walking in front of her. Jocelyn followed Maddie until she reached the clown's house and entered it, and found her father hanged. Jocelyn felt worried about the disappearance of her friends, and there was a hand extended towards her, but it was her friend Maddie's hand. Jocelyn was hallucinating and very upset about her father's death, and also her failure to get her sister Emma close to her. She felt that anyone she got close to would leave her and go. Jack in the store found Emma enter it again, but this time her face was covered in blood from the clown. Of course, he thought that she was disguised for Halloween and didn't believe her about the clown. He was worried about her and told her if she didn't get out of here, he would call the police. But she actually wanted him to call them and went into the bathroom and wiped the clown's blood off her. When she came out, she found the police, and he couldn't believe that. Surely the drink she drank caused her hallucinations. But suddenly they found the clown appeared and asked him to take off his mask. He took out their chains and tied himself with them, and with magic, tied them with him, and attacked the first policeman and killed him. The second tried to shoot him, but the clown grabbed all the bullets. The worker was terrified and ran away, and Emma ran away and couldn't believe her eyes. This clown is a demonic butcher who cannot be stopped. The policeman used every bullet on the clown and couldn't kill him. The clown doesn't die, and after he killed the policeman, he left the store and went to send Emma and Jocelyn because they are the best victims he will hunt tonight. Jocelyn was in a haunted house far from her friends and saw her father in front of her and went to him too. The clown appeared to Liam to do him normal magic. With the cup of verses, he turned the white thing into something black and the rest of the cups. One had Liam's teeth under it and the other had Liam's eyes under it, and the clown distorted Liam completely. Maddie and the clown didn't believe their eyes, and fear took over them. The clown appeared from behind them, and they were surprised by him. This was the first time Jocelyn saw him for real, and asked him not to have anything to do with her friends. When they tried to talk, he silenced them and with magic strangled them and killed them. Jocelyn was ready to do anything for him so that he would not hurt her. On the same road that John was walking on and died, Emma reached him and she was scared after she escaped from the clown. Her mother talked to her on the phone, but the clown used her voice and asked her to leave the village and not ask about Jocelyn. If she did not leave, he would continue his game with her and attack them both. But Emma, unlike her cold personality, refused to leave the village until she was reassured about Jocelyn and saved her. The clown was happy with her choice and guided her to her father, John. She went to him, sad and afraid for him. Her father told her that when she was a child, no decent girl could love her. Even her mother didn't feel happy with her, so he ran away and left them. Even when he talked to her to apologize after all these years, she still refused to forgive him. He accused her of being the reason for his death in the first place. He put the rope on her because she was the one who should die. She found herself moved to the cemetery where her father was buried. She also found Jocelyn as a child around her, asking her to die and put them at ease because no one loved her. Emma tried not to care about her words and found Jocelyn as a child. She went to her father and they entered the place again. She also found the clown there, and he asked her to enter the same place. When she entered, she found her father playing with Jocelyn. Emma wanted him to do the same with her, but unfortunately, she was deprived of fatherly feelings. He went to her while he was dead and told her that she has no feelings, and he found happiness with his new wife and had Jocelyn from her, who is much better than her because she has feelings. Jocelyn appeared with the knife and asked Emma to kill herself if she wanted to free her. Emma is the cause of all the sadness and problems, but when Emma took the knife, she killed Jocelyn instead. This clown is a demonic spirit that haunts people who have feelings of regret and sadness. So he appeared to John at first while he was sad about leaving his daughter and her mother a long time ago and killing her. He also haunted Jocelyn because she was sad that her father died and left her alone after her mother died when she was a child. Also, despite her hatred for her father, she felt sad for him inside. The clown, instead of killing everyone, decided to think like a devil and haunt them with his hallucinogenic games and scare them. The clown was able to choose Jocelyn to control her because she was the closest person to John, her father. For that reason, he ordered Emma to leave so that he could be alone with her, but Emma refused. So the clown decided to continue his games and made Emma kill Jocelyn. At that time, Emma was upset about what she did to Jocelyn, and because of her personality and her cold feelings, she decided to kill Jocelyn instead. Emma is also considered a victim because when her father left her when she was young, all of this affected the formation of her personality. Unlike, for example, her sister Jocelyn, who grew up with her father and became kind and full of feelings of love. Her only goal was to succeed in making Emma love her and live with her as one, but she failed. Emma discovered the clown's games and stabbed him with a knife, but he did not die. So she asked him to chase her and stay with her in exchange for bringing back her sister Jocelyn and her friends. And the clown agreed. Maybe what he did was completely different, but for Emma, her life had a meaning when she felt the importance of feelings. The clown's games that saved Emma and Jocelyn, my friend, were all just imagination. The butcher was playing with Emma and Jocelyn's feelings, and of course, he was taking advantage of the sadness they were feeling. Emma went to the cemetery, and specifically to her father John's grave, and told him that she forgave him for everything he did. She will stay with Jocelyn and will not leave her, and her mother is with them too. The three of them will be one family. But the problem with all of this is that the clown is still with their mother, whose mission now is to prevent him from evil. He will remain attached to them for the rest of his life. The mission is very difficult, but not impossible. Emma returned to the restaurant and laughed in Frank's face for the first time. She's no longer afraid of forming relationships with people. Jocelyn and her friends are all happy, and the clown and his games that he plays with them in the end united them, my friend, and did not separate them. Emma with Jocelyn will begin a new life, and Jocelyn will never feel lonely again. If you liked today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to receive all new updates. See you in the next video.